Hey, good morning, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. 706 889 That's how you can text the show, call the show, get involved yourself. Tell us what you think, and there's the email address and all the ways you can follow us on social media. Now, let me just start the show by letting you know at 8:30 this morning, let's put up Congressman Doug Collins' picture. At 8:30, he will be our guest. Okay? And, you know, is this going to be a real David and Goliath kind of thing? Because I'll tell you what, Congressman Doug Collins, the current congressman from the 9th Congressional District of Georgia, is running against the wealthiest, I'm pretty sure the wealthiest senator in the United States. Whoa, wealthiest. But he's running for Senate, and we will be here. He will be here at 8:30 to answer some of our questions and tell us what it's like to run against the wealthiest senator in the United States, because I tell you what, they are attacking him. We'll get into that at 8:30. So at 8:50, our guest will be Matt Gertler. Matt is currently the House Georgia representative for the 8th District. He announced yesterday morning that he will be seeking the 9th Congressional District that Doug Collins is moving out of to run for Senate. So we got an action-packed morning here. All right, so let's go to this. Remember this. Now, all the stuff about Roger Stone, let's get him off there, okay? All the stuff about Roger Stone and Attorney General William Barr and the president's midnight tweet and what did he learn from impeachment? I'm going to ask Congressman Collins, hey, what did you learn from impeachment? So let me just put this up. I mean, don't you love the brain dead media? I'm sorry. Well, you shouldn't say these ugly things. They are brain dead, okay? I know. Right out of the box, you're concerned of the direction I'm going. But I'm going to paint this picture for you, or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should leave that to Bob Ross, right? To paint pictures. Here is what, number 4, do you have that available? Okay. Trump denies interference in Roger Stone case. All right. So, the media is whipped into a frenzy, a total frenzy. But here is like my favorite one of the day. Number 20, they're all running around to see what he has learned from the impeachment. Why, we find out he's acting the same exact way. We find out he has not changed one bit. We find out today that he has an enemies list. There's no difference in this guy. Why, you would think after what he just went through, he would calm down and realize the deep state's in charge. You would think after what he just went through that he would buckle to the deep state. But when asked, what did you learn? No remorse from this guy whatsoever. Trump on impeachment lesson. Democrats are crooked. My favorite line of the day. What'd you learn? Democrats are crooked, man. They're crooked. So Democrats are crooked. Now, do you remember? Now, get the video ready. I only sent one, okay? We're going to go there in a minute. Do you remember when Peter Strzok, right, lead interrogator or lead investigator or interview, he does a great interview. You remember when he stopped by Hillary's right around in like the 4th of July and she made lemonade and cookies and they did not put her on the record? Remember that? They did not put her on the record. But they did go in and have a little chit-chat over an afternoon tray of cookies and lemonade. You remember the FBI, the way they went to Hillary's house? How about the way they went to this guy's house? Let's play the video. See if you remember this. FBI opened the door the wee hours of the morning, that would happen to be Roger Stone's house. Why the FBI did not come by Peter Strzok and them in one black SUV or two and come into the living room and have cookies and lemonade and say, Roger Stone, this is off the record, but we need to speak with you. Remember how they went to Hillary Clinton's house? That's Roger Stone's house. Bam, 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 FBI. Wee hours of the morning. Remember that? All right? So, remember, this is number one. Give me number one. All right? This is Roger Stone being marched out of his house January 25th, 2019 at 6:53 in the morning before daylight. They were in there like at 6 o'clock in the morning. This is this guy in handcuffs. Public enemy number one. FBI cars all over from block to block. Everybody ready. SWAT teams, the whole works. In case Roger decided to dive out the back window, roll down the bank, go into the swamp, fight 3 alligators, and escape. Just saying. Let's go to number 2. Exclusive look at FBI raid on Roger Stone's home. All right? Hands behind your back at the front door. Hands behind your back, sir. And number 3. There he is. Handcuffed. Handcuffed. Just thought I would remind you of that, okay? Give me number 6. Found guilty on 7 counts. Trump denies interference in Roger Stone's case. He's never interfered with. It's the sentencing guidelines, okay? And the Department of Justice, please, let's remind everybody out there in America, if somebody looks at you and they're that damn dumb to say some of the things they're out there saying, say, hey, let me remind you, the Attorney General is part of the executive branch and is on the president's cabinet, a part of the cabinet. Let's remind you of that. Just like Ben Carson is on the cabinet, okay? Right? Mike Pompeo is a part of the cabinet. It's the executive branch. Well, William Barr, the Department of Justice, I don't know if America knows this, he's top cop. Top cop. And if he does not like the sentencing guidelines of anyone, we won't go too deep, and he's going, number 7. Trump denies interference in the Roger Stone case. MSNBC this morning at 5:04, lying. Stone lied. I just want to know, America wants to know, we want to know, when will the arrests come on the other side? Right? Now, they took a deep breath. All right? They took a deep breath. The corrupt media, what did Trump call them? MSDNC. I loved it. MSDNC. All right? NBC, these people are so corrupt, CNN, all of them. They're running down the halls looking for who else? Now, there's something you want to... Now, there's these 4 career prosecutors, number 9, okay? Trump unleashed in the wake of acquittal, protecting friends, punishing perceived enemies without fear. They're not perceived enemies, and it's not he did not... Oh, he's learned nothing from this. Why? He's absolutely learned nothing. Why? You would think he would have learned something. No. Once the acquittal is done, it's time to remove the spies. It's time to dismiss the wastebasket trash that Obama left behind. I mean, I get so frustrated when people don't pay attention. You know, like the White House has a major staff, and there's departments in the White House. So when the president leaves, everybody still has their job in there for the most part in some of these areas. And it's up to the president to dismiss them and move them out. So methodically, Trump has waited for the right time to start getting these spies, the corruption. I'm telling you. And America is happy with it. His approval ratings are fine. He did not get down into the 30s, as Joe Scarborough said during the impeachment, the hoax impeachment with the House of Representatives, where Joe Scarborough would say, the danger area is down around 30 now. If his polling numbers get down around 30, you know what? They say the guy's got 44% since the day he took the oath of office. For argument's sake, it's never moved. Now, the media's, the hashtag corporate corrupt media, they're corporate corrupt media. They have to build the narrative. They have to, their only way, they have no candidate, okay? The American people, whether they're ready or not, that's a discussion for another day. They're not ready to vote for the boy who would be king, Pete Buttigieg. They're not ready to vote for Peter Pan Buttigieg. They're not going to, okay? The American people are not going to vote for the socialist Bernie Sanders, okay? They're not going to do it, okay? First of all, I'm going to erase all college debt, and then you have the ones out there that say, well, I paid mine. So that's not going to happen. They're not going to vote. Amy Klobuchar, no, not going to do it. Not going to do it. All the above. So they have no candidate. The only thing they can do is try to create havoc daily. They took a deep breath. Everybody knew that. You knew this. They took a deep breath from impeachment. That's it. They went to Iowa, out there for a week trying to count some ballots. They went to New Hampshire. They're all excited about the turnout. All right, we're going to talk about that. They're all excited about the turnout in New Hampshire, right? And they knew that this sentencing, here are the prosecutors that decided to leave. I'm out of here. You know what? Protecting friends, punishing perceived enemies without fear. I don't care. They're not perceived enemies. It's the swamp that you sent him to Washington, D.C. to start getting rid of. The deep state bureaucratic swamp. It's there. The State Department. Yovanovitch yesterday, former ambassador to the Ukraine, is out there talking about what a disarray and how upside down the State Department is. Thank you. I am glad you came out and said that, because these departments, take a minute on these agencies. One has 180,000 employees. One has 250,000 employees. Look at these departments and these behemoths that have hundreds of thousands of employees. And when Yovanovitch, the former ambassador to Ukraine, says, well, the State Department is in disarray, it's upside down, people don't know what they can say, great, I love it. I absolutely love it. I hope they get so upset they just start retiring in groves and we don't put them back. So anyhow, let's just go through this really quick and we'll come back. Number 10, Chris Murphy. And I wanted to take this picture for this reason. Trump unleashed in wake of acquittal. Chris Murphy. They're all screaming. What are they screaming? We need an investigation. Wow. Nadler. They're all, we need an investigation. Schumer, we need an investigation. Sherrod Brown of Ohio. Let's see if we can get another. But who do they go find? They always go look for Susan, number 11. Okay? Right? Number 11. Trump unleashed in the wake of acquittal. Susan Collins. Why, I don't think he's learned anything. Not a thing. Here's number 12. Sherrod Brown. All right, from Ohio. They chased down number 13, right here. Not to influence the Justice Department in any way. Trump unleashed. Okay? John Kennedy, Senator of Louisiana. Number 14. He's unleashed. Don't you love it? If you are a Donald Trump supporter this morning, if you love the President of the United States, or if you're glad, if you're happy that when he was asked, what did you learn, he didn't give that presidential answer they were all looking for, okay? I think what he learned was, okay, let's get Vindman, Colonel Vindman's ass out of here. Let's get an investigation into him by the Pentagon. Let's get his twin brother. Let's get the spies out of here. So next time when I'm on the damn phone with a world leader trying to make a deal and save the American people's tax money and not send it to corrupt countries, I don't have this bullshit. Oh, did I say that? You know, I get tired of the corrupt media saying they can't explain the president's actions. They can't explain the president's actions to their children, right? Number 28. All right. Buttigieg calls husband the future first gentleman of the United States. But if the president says BS, why, we can't explain him to our children. We can't set our children down and explain to him explain to our kids, it's, oh my God, the office of the president. But Buttigieg, the first gentleman. Mommy, what is the first gentleman? Sit down. Now, I know yesterday Trump said bullshit, son. I know that. I really can't explain that. I really can't explain the president's actions. I can't. But now let me explain this to you. Really? Talking about explaining stuff to our children? Now, let me say this. Oh, that was the same thing. I sent it to you twice. I'm sorry. Let me get this, all right? They are so excited. Why, they are giddy. Is that what we would say, giddy? Okay. Hold on. I got it here somewhere. Number 22. New Hampshire. 2020 Democrat primary turnout tops 2008. Well, that's amazing. It tops it. Let's see if they have anything else they would like to share with us on that. Hold on, I got it here somewhere. I know I got it here. Their numbers were way up over the 2008. Here it is. Okay, number 24. All right. New Hampshire Democrat primary turnout 2020, 300,000. 2008. Okay? Now, okay, good for you. Good for you. Democrats, good for you. MSDNC, 3:06 a.m. this morning. That means it was 6 minutes after 5. This is what they're running with, all right? I didn't get time to crop this. I don't know what was really put on here. But let's go to number 26. All right? They don't want to talk about this. And I'll tell you why they don't want to talk about it. Incumbent voting in New Hampshire. Now, when Fox put this up, $120,476 for Trump. Okay? Obama, as an incumbent in 2012, only got 49,000 votes. Bush, as an incumbent in 2004, only got 53,000, right at 57. And Bill Clinton, as an incumbent in 1996, got 70, right at 77,000. Trump, 120,476. Folks, I don't care what the numbers they report with Democrats. There's no enthusiasm there. They're not excited about it, okay? And what did I tell you also? Let's go back to that number, okay? Number 24. I want to continue to remind you, every time the Democrats come on TV or the MSDNC or CNN and all these smart analysts around the table, the pundits there, and they say Klobuchar. Well, how can you explain Klobuchar's rise in the Democrat Party or the primary? How can you explain that? How can you explain Bloomberg? How can you explain voters moving towards Peter Pan Buttigieg, the boy who would be king? How do you explain any of that, right? Why it looks like Democrat voters are moving to a more centrist candidate, a more moderate candidate to the moderate wing of the Democrat Party. No such thing, okay? That's what they're going to try to sell. Why, if you hear the media over and over like a broken record, replaying over and over something Pete Buttigieg, the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, says, and after they play the clip, they put in there Buttigieg's more moderate view than Sanders. It doesn't make it true, because it's not. I'm going to tell you this really quick, okay? I say this jokingly, but you remember Joe Biden said Pete Buttigieg as mayor of South Bend, Indiana, did nothing more than pour some new sidewalks, right? Okay? That's the gist of it, right? Look, Peter Pan Buttigieg was skipping up and down the sidewalks in South Bend, Indiana. He's happy, all right? He's happy. He's gay. He's about to marry his husband or the first gentleman. He's all excited about his wedding, right? His mom and dad are excited. Whatever. And the black SUV pulls up and says, "Get in." Who told Pete Buttigieg, the boy who would be king, hey, we will create you, the candidate, we will create you. Are you ready? Who did that? I'm just saying, you know me. All right, I got to get ready to back out of this one. Let me see. I had something else here I wanted to show you. Hang tight. They always find, I like this, they always find Susan, number 21. I don't think that's appropriate. Trump's involvement in Roger Stone's case draws criticism from GOP senators. The president should not have gotten involved, said Susan Collins. They always go find Susan. Now, there's one thing I want to talk about before I take my break, because Congressman Doug Collins will be on here at the bottom of the hour. Is it me? Send me a message. Is it me? Because did they not find Mitt Romney yesterday on this? Did they not? Where is the Mitt Romney quotes on this? I'm interested. President Trump and Roger Stone. Number 20, don't forget, Trump's lesson was Democrats are crooked. There you go. That's the lesson. That's what he learned. Democrats are crooked. And let's look once again at number 1. As Roger Stone is marched out of his house in handcuffs by the FBI. He didn't get lemonade and cookies. We're going to take a break. I'm your host, BKP. When we come back, we will have 9th Congressional District Congressman, Georgia Congressman Doug Collins will be on the line. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment, All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Okay, folks, we're back. Make sure we're recording this segment so we can put it up on our YouTube channel. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Joining me now, Georgia Congressman Doug Collins, candidate for Senate, Republican candidate. Congressman, how are you this morning?
I'm good, Brian. Hope y'all are all well.
Well, you know, you've been taking questions from the media for several years, and you know, I don't know if maybe I wouldn't call it a blank look, but that look at when the media asks you a question and you just say to yourself, did you really just ask me that? So I want to. That's the way I'm setting that up. I want to ask.
Okay.
I want to ask you the same identical question that they're asking President Trump. Congressman, what have you learned from the impeachment trial?
Well, I've learned that the Democrats are willing to go forward on no case. I've learned that the depths of their hatred for this president know no bounds. I have learned that they will break any rule, break any precedent. They will do whatever it takes to get at this president, because at the end of the day, they cannot stand the fact that what he has done for the country, what he has done for and keeping his promises. And also they look over their shoulder and they see the clown car that just came out of New Hampshire with all these candidates who cannot beat him. So the lesson of impeachment is the Democrats have no policy, they have no agenda, they have nothing else except one thing: get this president and try and smear this president with anything that they possibly can.
Congressman, yesterday, I think the American people and I think on a whole the American people are investigation exhausted. And that's the first thing Democrats started yelling yesterday. Can you just come in on the subject of the sentencing guidelines that Attorney General Barr had really just asked to review and look at on Roger Stone and what the media is trying to make out of that?
I'd be happy to. I think the interesting thing here is, though, let's put this in proper perspective. If the president got up on the right side of the bed instead of the left side of the bed, took his coffee before he took his breakfast, they would find a way to impeach him for that, because they want to investigate him, because they just don't believe that he should be able to do anything. What's happening here is normal, and when you look at it, the Attorney General is looking into this, and there's some serious questions about this case. Just today, there's a story out about the foreperson of the jury and tweets and social media comments about the case that she actually sat upon before the case actually happened, and even during the case. And then we also know that Roger Stone's attorneys were turned down for a new trial when they said that there was problems within the jury pool. The judge said that she didn't feel like there was any problems at all. Now we're seeing this stuff come to light. Look, there's also problems with the inherent investigation of the Crossfire Hurricane investigation, which was this whole mess that started with, and going through before Mueller and then through the Mueller investigation. There's a lot of problems here. I think Bill Barr is doing exactly what he needs to do, and that is make sure that everything is done properly so that we can restore trust in the American people about their judicial system.
What is your? Let me hear from you, because I look at all what I call the bylines on all the media, with the exception of Fox, but every once in a while. But the lines on there, and since the acquittal, it is Trump's enemy list and getting even, and he didn't learn any lessons. For us out here, and I'm going to say in North Georgia, in this district here, we think the president's just draining the swamp as he promised and getting, my words, the spies or whatever. What say you on what the president's doing post-acquittal?
Well, I think he is going through and being the president, and I think there's the issues. And this idea, and I'm just going to take off on one thing, that the media says that he didn't learn anything. Well, okay, I have a question. What was he supposed to learn, except the Democrats despise him and will do anything to get at him? I mean, we've shown through the House and through the work we did in the Judiciary Committee and on the Intel Committee and the whole investigative process that he did nothing wrong. What do you learn from doing nothing wrong? And I think that's the part that they don't want to answer the question. They appear that, to say, well, the president should be more careful. The president shouldn't do any of this. No, it was the fact that he was attacked, he was exonerated, and now moving on. And nothing that has happened so far did not fall within the realm of having people around him that he can trust. And I think that's going to be the thing as we go forward. And I think he'll move forward after this. And, look, the results that we're seeing in the elections, the result that we're seeing across the country, and the things that are going on show that he is doing exactly what the people sent him there to do. When
you say the results, because I want to switch over and talk to this about the Georgia Senate race in a minute, but when you say the results and the clown car that left New Hampshire for South Carolina, let me ask you this. I mean, the media is running that New Hampshire Democrat voters were, up a major increase, something they should be happy about. But they left out the fact that President Trump as an incumbent, got more votes in New Hampshire than any other sitting president that's been recorded, like 120,000, and the next closest one was 70. What does that say to the Republican side of the party about enthusiasm when in a state like New Hampshire the president does well with really no opponent?
Well, I think it says what we and I've been talking about for a while now, and that is that there's the disconnect outside the Beltway up here in Washington, D.C. to what's actually going on in America. And outside of D.C., where they're just rabidly trying to get at this president, everyone outside in the country is actually doing well, and businesses are doing well. The country is strong. People are excited about their lives. And they realize it is because a lot of these of what the president has done. And when you look at the numbers, I mean, I'll take it even a different tack. The president a couple of weeks ago did a rally in New Jersey. Then he did a rally in New Hampshire just the other night as well. What's not reported by the mainstream media is that almost 25% of those who attended those rallies were registered Democrats.
Absolutely.
And then even further, numbers of how many had not even, voted in the previous election. These are new people turning out. I think the enthusiasm level is extremely high, and that's why I think we're going to see him reelected and even bigger margin than he was elected the first time. And they just don't understand. I go through airports and people will talk to me, and they talk, and the first thing is they say, "Thanks for standing up for this president." And this is all demographic, all ages, all races. I mean, there's male, female, it doesn't matter. When I go through airports, I go through malls or places like that, it is amazing the people who come up to me to say that, keep supporting our president.
Well, I want to say something here. Let's move to the Senate race because, and let me say this: you have a voting record. You have something that we can go back and look at. You have since the day the president's been inaugurated, you have all kinds of examples of defending the president against all of these attacks. I'm amazed on how well that so many of these groups that just met your opponent, Kelly Loeffler, know about her now. I am amazed of how much they think of her in such a short time. And I am shocked, and I'm being facetious, I'm shocked that you would even think that you should enter this race and divide the Republican Party as you are doing, I'm being facetious, in Georgia. And that's according to almost all of these media accounts that's being written. Are you taken back of how you're being treated, I guess I say, just for saying you want to run for Senate?
Well, the only thing I'm taking back is the response that we've been getting from all across the state of Georgia, from the people who are not part of the bought and paid groups who have to make a living by finding ways to get people to give them money. And, look, the people know me, and they know what we've done. They know who we are. And, there's a record out there. And, these attacks on me are, frankly, if you look at them, they're attacks on farmers of Georgia. These attacks that are coming and saying, we voted for these bills. What they're not telling people is those votes that they're calling us on are for like the farm bill and disaster relief that kept our farmers going, that kept our South Georgia economy going, our North Georgia economy going. It's these budgets that the president said, this is what I need. I voted with the president. What there is one of the groups, in particular, Club for Growth, has been anti-Trump from day one. If I'm being attacked by a group that attacks the president, I feel like I'm in pretty good stead here. And there's nobody in this state, or really in this country, who is more pro-life than Doug Collins. And it's not just saying I am; it's actually showing what we've done over time and over life. From the state house in Georgia, when I was part of the fetal pain bill, the ultrasound bill, to up here in D.C. as well. I'll stand on my record all day long. And people from Washington, D.C. want to attack me. It's all about their own position. It's all about what they're doing. And they're even stooping now to attack me on criminal justice reform, which the president and he took our bill. He's now went across the country. We're winning support in communities that never thought Republicans cared about them. We're actually winning support. How you win voters is actually knowing that they know that you care about them. So, look, this is going to be a long race. We're excited to be in it. But to think that, Doug Collins getting in has all these horrible things. I mean, I just jokingly, I thought the other day I was going to be blamed for the coronavirus, because it's just, the way that's going.
We have a couple more minutes left, Congressman. It could happen.
Yeah, you never know. But look, we're excited. We're going to be seeing a lot of folks. But the response from the people of Georgia, the people who know me, I'll stay with them all day long.
All right, the media is trying to pull the president into it, is my opinion. I'm going to stay with that because I read all the articles. I don't want to quote you, but I do have the footage on the a little over a week before you made the announcement. You were on this show, and I think I said, well, what's the process of making your decision? You said at that time that you had been talking with the president. All right, you'd been talking with the president. When you went to talk to the president about this run, did he discourage you, encourage you, wish you well, my friend? Because the other day, last Thursday, I think it was, when you're at the White House, he says, "Hey, this is a dear friend of mine." So can you share with the voters what that was like when you counseled with the president before making your decision?
Well, as most things, I'll never talk directly about what I talk to the president about. I talk to the president on a regular basis about a lot of things. But I will say this. He is a friend. As he said publicly the other day, that I'm an unbelievable warrior for him and an unbelievable friend. And look, the biggest thing is he has a country to run. I'm not asking him to come to the state, to be a part of the state of Georgia. Everybody knows our relationship is there. And we're going to fight this out, and we're going to be there for him next year in the Senate. We're going to get him reelected this year. And we're looking forward to that. And anything to try and change that or break that, or just for anybody out there who thinks that Doug Collins is getting out of the race simply because a bunch of Washington folks, or maybe even some of the folks in the state, think that that I should sit back. They don't know Doug Collins. Money does not scare me. But what I will do is go out and fight for what I believe, which is what I've always done. My family is committed to this, and when I talk about it from a personal perspective. It's about what my kids are going to face and your kids are going to face and grandkids are going to face. Are we taking a conservative message, not just talking about, but actually being excited about and actually taking that message to voters who've never heard it before? That's what Doug Collins is going to be doing.
Well, your opponent, and there's an article in the AJC, potential conflicts of interest post-test for Kelly Loeffler, new Georgia senator, and I encourage people to read that. But the thing about it is when we go in depth here, I mean, the New York Stock Exchange. She's on the Senate Agricultural Committee, and it's almost like some Republicans in Georgia are cheering that this is good for Georgia farmers, and that's the way they're trying to paint that. It's also good for her husband's company, the International Exchange, or ICE. It's also good for that also. And the thing is, it's stuff like this, Congressman, she declines to comment. I mean, she will not answer any questions like this. You did know you were taking on the wealthiest senator in the United States right now when you jumped in, right?
Like I said, that's the least amount of my concern. This trooper's kid from North Georgia has never backed down from a fight over especially in this regard. People have been very responsive to us and giving. Look, the biggest thing here is I've never backed away from interviews. I come on your show, I come on everybody else. She's going to have to, I say comment. She'll need to comment on herself. The people of Georgia know the difference between a fighter and someone who's actually worked for them in the agricultural community, who understands the issues and will be a part of that, and not just simply have staff or others who handle those things for her. They know that Doug Collins is the one who actually gets into it and deals with it himself.
How do you? I may have asked this already. I just want to go back around it. How do you deal directly? What is a direct answer when several Republicans, and by the way, congratulations on your endorsement by Governor Mike Huckabee. Congratulations on that. What do you say to several Republicans in the state that are making comments, and that you're the one that has caused the rift in the Republican Party, instead of discussing the process with the governor picking Senator Loeffler? What is your direct answer to someone that says, "Hey, Doug, you're causing a problem. We may lose 2 Senate seats. Your selfishness, and we may lose the presidency." You know all the media accounts out there. What's the direct comment you have on that?
That's just a lie. That there's no polls out there that show that. There's nothing that we have. My question is what are they scared of? Why are you scared of an election? I've always stood for primaries. I've always stood for an election. I've been challenged on multiple occasions at being in office. There's nothing wrong with voters deciding. And when people know me, they know our Republican turnout. They know that what we're going to be doing in Georgia with this president on the ballot, there is nothing that blends that. They can try and scare. The reason is they don't want their challenge. They don't want their status quo challenge. Everybody wants it to be easy. Democracy is not easy. We're not in it to do anything except expand our voters and to give voters a chance. If that's what they're fighting against, good luck. Tell that to the Georgia voters.
All right, let's close with this. Now you're in it. So when I get those text messages and somebody out there is trying to float a story that you might be looking, the president might be talking to you about it, you're in this Senate race, 100%.
Completely. I'm
Got
going
it.
nowhere.
Got it.
That's it.
All right, I got it, Congressman. You know I got to ask questions that way, but I do want to let the audience know you always come on, and whatever I want to ask, you're always open to it, and I can't thank you enough, and we wish you well in this race.
Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you on the trail. Take care.
All right, folks. You know, I don't know how you feel about my line of questioning because if you Google Doug Collins, you're going to get, right? You're going to get, he's selfish, he's this, he's that. Nobody, you need to read these articles. I have to take a break because my next guest, Matthew Gertler, that would like to replace this gentleman in 9th District, will be up in just a couple minutes. Take a break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning. Joining us now, Republican candidate for the 9th Congressional District, Georgia 8th State Representative, Republican Matt Gertler. How are you this morning, Representative Gertler?
I'm doing very well, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing great. Let's talk about, you only got 10 minutes, and just like some of the other opponents, you are in the State House, and anybody that I've interviewed that's in the State House, I did talk about a couple subjects there. So get a chance to talk about your announcement yesterday, exciting news that you're running for the 9th Congressional District. Down at the State House right now, let's talk budget. Where is there going to be a happy medium with the Speaker of the House, David Ralston, the Governor, Brian Kemp, and as you well know, the Governor's asking for $400 million in budget cuts, but then I think it's those to $300 million increase to complete teacher raises that he promised 5,000 of. And it's kind of the budget is a real hot topic. Where are we on that down at the Capitol right now, Matt?
Yeah, thanks for asking about that. Even though I'm running for the 9th Congressional, I'll still be finishing out my sessions. So I have been attending the committee meetings, the Appropriations Committee meetings, every day that I can. We're in this week, so I was there the other day and the day before that. And what is happening is it's $400 million in cuts. Which is roughly about less than a percentage of the entire budget, because we have about a $28 billion budget. And then we also match that 1-to-1 by the federal government. It's about a $56 billion budget. I was really surprised that we actually postponed the session before these cuts, actually, because it's going to push the session back a little bit farther as well. But when you attend the committee meetings, of course, I'm not about appropriations, but all the members are constitutionally required to pass a budget, so we're allowed to attend. And so what I've been seeing a lot of times is, there are significant cuts, sure, but it's less than a percentage, actually. Then we were doing some more details to the budget, and we actually have almost $1 billion in new debt also adding, which is concerning. And so right now, I think that they're going to work out something with that. I just personally, in politics, this is my eighth session down there, but 4 as an elected official. It's my 8th. I was 4 years as an aide. I've never seen anything like this, and so it's very unique in that capacity. But we're going to keep looking at the budget. We have another week of appropriations meetings for today, and then also next week, and then we'll come back in on February 18th. So I'm looking forward to get back into work for the people of Georgia.
You have a couple bills that you've sponsored, and don't take this wrong. I understand constitutional carry in that bill, and in the effort of getting the most out of our time. You have HB 4. Is it HB 4 where you are asking for every department budget to be voted up and down individually? Is that the one?
Yeah, that's right. So I met with Governor Kemp 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, and we discussed House Bill 4. And it's kind of funny, though, because I introduced this bill last year, and I was getting frustrated with the budget process because it was an omnibus budget style,
right,
sort of Washington, D.C. style bill that we always get to vote on up or down, and really you can't argue the merits. And if you wanted to make amendments, you have to make a ton of amendments to this bill because you have 49 separate departments inside of it. But it was funny, so we had a lot of attention also brought to that bill because of these budget cuts. I was interviewed by CBS 46 as well about my bill because they thought that was a good solution to these budget cuts. It would make it a lot better for us to be able to look at the budget, base it on its merits, and be able to vote and do our job efficiently. Because right now the budget really is very inefficient if we're trying to really debate the merits of the bill, because it would take an immense amount of time to try to do that with an omnibus budget bill. But if we break it down by department to 49 separate bills, we could spend most of our time on the budget. Right now we spend about 10% of our time on our budget, with the exception of this session. We're going to spend a little more time in committee meeting. But yeah, it's a great bill. It's bipartisan support. Governor Kemp was really enthusiastic about it, and I'm looking forward to following up with him about that.
Well, as always, Matt, and you know me, if what I would like to see me keeping my opinion out of it. What I would like to see is something in the state when in these agencies anybody retires, you don't just replace the position. You have to go through a process and get an approval that it's now necessary. So we'll move on from that. All right, so you made an announcement to run for the 9th Congressional District. I think you know all too well, and our audience knows, that we've been chasing around for a couple weeks trying to see what your decision would be. You made that decision. Talk about the process, and can you share with us, we do know publicly that you did go to Washington, D.C. to counsel with a couple groups. Talk about this process and making this decision and why you're deciding to jump out and go for Congress.
Yeah, thank you for the question. And yeah, absolutely. It was a very important decision with a lot of deliberation with prayer. When the seat opened up, we didn't expect Collins to do that, of course. And then we had our state Senate seat open up as well because my opponent is running against me now, my state senator. And so we had options. You know, we had opportunities to do this, and I've been loving my job in the House and representing the people of the 8th. And so we looked at the state Senate seat, we looked at the congressional seat, and had an opportunity to go up to Washington, D.C. to meet with the conservative leaders in the House and also the Senate. And these individuals reaching out to me across the district really encouraged me to run. They've been watching me, and I've been standing up and to the powers that be and the insiders in Atlanta and the special interest and the bloated budgets. And so it was sort of flattering that they had noticed me there, and so we came back, and me and my family prayed, and we made the decision for Congress. We feel like we have a lot of support around the district. We're going to work our tail off. We're going to put tens of thousands of miles in the car again, and wear the soles out on our feet, and just bring the message of limited government to a wider audience and a national audience if we are elected, so we can really educate people. Because when I was talking to people up here, the most conservative members of the House and the Senate, they said that they need revolutionaries. They need people to start educating people around the country, because you have these figures like AOC that are influencing generations of young people to become socialists, and it is really concerning. And being a younger guy, I'm 31, they were just all about it, because it really brings the message out to the young people so that we can take our country back and back to the Constitution. That's what I'm about. So we made that decision. It took about a week and a half. I know that you guys are tracking me down, but it was a very important decision for us, because we wanted to make sure that it was right, and it was important to us to be able to represent the district and keep this message going on the national level. So we're just very excited. The last 24 hours have been overwhelming. Support coming from the district, all over the district, because I've added another 16 counties to my 4 counties.
Absolutely.
So we've just been overwhelmed with the amount of support. I just made a Facebook post about it as well, because I'm very humbled with the amount of support that's coming from all over the district. And so we're just working hard. This is day 2, so it's a very short sprint, and I'd imagine we're going to have a runoff in that. But I think it's going to be a great election.
Well, let me ask you a quick question. We're going to take 2 more minutes of your time. I know you told us ahead of time you only had 10, so we're going to take 2 more minutes. Now, when you went to Washington, D.C., my understanding, and obviously that was a big part of your decision, is seeing how you were received, I guess, my words, sitting down with some people, or encouraged, okay? And my understanding is the Young Americans for Liberty, you met with them, they took you around Washington, D.C. Did you meet with the Freedom Caucus?
Oh, well, all this stuff's going to come out here pretty soon. We were just endorsed by Senator Rand Paul yesterday, actually. So we're trying to make a Facebook post about that and put it out to a press release. But yeah, these guys and gals, that they're just the most conservative members of the Senate and the House, just really loved our message. And,
did you meet with the Freedom Caucus, any of the members, or the caucus?
Oh, I've been talking with them, yes, and I'm actually in D.C. right now, and I'll be meeting with some more of the Freedom Caucus.
All right, did you meet with the Club for Growth last week?
Oh, well, that'll come out as well.
Well, let's let it come out now.
it'll definitely, with these groups, you got to meet with these groups, Club for Growth, stuff like that. These are conservative, liberal, constitutional groups.
I get it. And the only reason I'm going down there is, some people want to know what kind of backing you're going to get out of D.C., who you met with. And one of the ones is, now let me wrap up what time you have here. You're going to be running for the 9th Congressional District, and the replacement is Congressman Doug Collins, and he's well liked within the district. So how are you going to balance maybe talking with people like the Club for Growth that are spending millions of dollars against him in the 9th District, and how are you going to balance going out and campaigning, wanting to be the one to ask voters in the 9th District, hey, vote for me. I want to be the congressman to replace Doug Collins. Have you thought about that?
Oh, yeah, we've taken a lot of things into account. If anybody endorses me, we haven't got any endorsements from those groups you're mentioning, but if they decide to, what it's based off of is my record. And what we're running on is my proven conservative record. You can't get more conservative than me in Georgia on the House or the Senate side. And so groups like that, if they choose to endorse me, I have no control over that. And the constituents, I'm going to bring my message straight to them. We're going to door knock and raise volunteers up in groups and visit every county, and we're going to run around the district and work hard. So that's my message to that. Certainly, I know what you're saying, but I have no control over who endorses me.
I got it. Well, listen, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. We have had the announced candidates. We've had everyone on so far. We'll be sending you messages. If you get 5 minutes, 10 minutes, come back on. We'll talk. We will obviously, follow your posts, see what you got going on, and get you back on to talk about it. And I can't thank you enough for coming on this morning. We tell everybody, every candidate here, we tell them, we wish you well and thank you for your willingness to serve. And I'm for sure I'm going to bump into you on the campaign trail.
Oh, yeah, we'll be all around, Brian. I appreciate you allowing me to come on your show and share our message.
Thank you. You have what are you back in D.C. again? I almost said, I'm sorry, sir. I really am. I almost said have a nice day in D.C., but I'm sorry. It's hard for me to put that together.
It's definitely it's hard to come up here, but we're up here now and we're coming back tonight. But I so appreciate you allowing me to come on, and I'll keep you updated about what's happening. I'm trying to secure some endorsements from the most conservative members of the House, and it really looks like it's really going really well for us.
Thank you for being on today, Representative Gutler, and we'll be in touch and get you on again real soon. Okay?
Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome. Okay, folks. Matt Gertler, and I apologize. I really want to apologize to him sometimes if I mispronounce his name. Matt Gertler, he is the representative in the 8th State District right now. That is Union, Towns, Rabun, and White County. And as he said, there's 20 in the 19th District. So get ready, and there you go. He's in Washington, D.C. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I think we'll find something to talk about. Take us a break, Emma.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show, 913 in Ellijay, Georgia. And yes, it is raining. All right, I know you don't like that, but look, I want to read something to you. I want to read a plumber report. Oh my God, I'm doing plumber reports. But let me read this to you because I think it's interesting because we have an enormous amount of rain. And we have an enormous amount of rain. Where am I at here? I had it here. All right, I'll find it. Everybody relax. Get off my back. There it is. No, it's not. There it is. So, Kissel Plumbing. Okay. Kissel Plumbing. Now, this was written on Facebook, and I thought that was really nice because, hey, folks, I don't know if you've heard, but it's been raining. So, Kissel Plumbing has jokes to start out, but this is some valuable information. For those of you with a septic tanks, don't be surprised if your drains and toilets begin to drain slowly or even stop up temporarily. The ground is unusually saturated right now, and you may be in an area where the ground is unable to absorb the extra water that you are putting down the drains. Before you spend your money on a plumber or septic service, just be patient and wait for the rain to move out and the ground to drain. It may be inconvenient, but it doesn't have to be expensive. Stay dry out there. I thought that was a neat post. I thought it was worthy of reading from Kissel Plumbing, and that's our plumbing tip of the day. Do you see I do plumbing tips now? So, what have we learned? My favorite one of the day. What have we learned? Number 20. I can't help it. Number 20. What have we learned? Democrats are crooked. I tell you what, I can shut down the show and I can just hang that up there. All right, I think I want to send this picture and have it framed. Democrats are crooked. Put on my wall on Studio B. I think I do. Democrats are crooked. Trump on impeachment lesson. What have you learned? I'm so sorry, folks. I can just stick there. Now, okay. Let me say this. I didn't want to push the congressman too far, but I'm very, very upset. All right? And give me... let's just go with number 23 for a minute. Lisa Murkowski. Something to read. You know, some reading material while I'm talking. I don't think the president needed to jump into the middle of this in the first place. I think it's just bad. It's bad. I'm sorry. So, let me look in the camera and tell you something. Can we put up Congressman Doug Collins' picture? Let's do that. Okay? And, can you shrink it down a little bit? It's okay. You don't have to, but, you know, there you go. There you go. Go that way. There you go. You were going the right direction. No, the other way. Go the other. There. Stop. Stop. Don't move. You got it. They're amazing over there. They really are. They never know what request I'm going to have next. They never know what I'm going to ask for. But, you know... According to media and some Republicans out there, how did this guy go for? And let me look at the camera. I'm not endorsing Doug Collins for Senate. I don't do that. Well, it sure sounds like it. Well, you sound awful damn friendly with him. No, folks. Here's the deal. The process. Now, how did this guy go from being the top defender of the President of the United States to public enemy number one of Republicans in Georgia? How'd he do it? Now, I respect his answer that he's not going to come out and talk about his meeting with the President of the United States. But I still tell you that if he sat down with the President of the United States and he looked at him and said, Congressman Doug Collins, you know how President Trump is. Doug, it's She's the most wealthy. Do you understand this, Doug? She's the wealthiest senator in the United States, Doug. Have you seen how much cheddar her old man has? The New York Stock Exchange? They live in a $10 million estate. They got private jets, Jack. They got a condo in Chicago. They got another house here. Doug, do you realize what you're up against? Yes, sir, Mr. President. And I'm ready to crisscross the state of Georgia and talk to the voters. Hey, far be it from me to tell you not to. I am telling you to this day, if the President of the United States of America looked at that man and said, no, Doug, let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you how this works. And this is why I get a little perturbed. That's the nice word I'm going to use. I'm not going to say peed off. That's what I'm going to say. This is why I get a little peed off, okay? So last Saturday, I go down to an immigration meeting, not a meeting, anyhow, all right? And Tom Homan, now stay with me on this. Tom Homan, okay? Tom Homan talks about the day he got a phone call from General John Kelly. Tom Homan had already retired. They had to go on a away party. He actually had to give back all of the gifts because you can't take gifts. You can't do that. So they had a retirement party for Tom Homan, 34-year border agent, and General John Kelly calls and says, basically, you got 48 hours and the president's asking for your service to the country. Now, I wish you could have heard Tom Homan say, you don't tell the president no. He asked for the service to the country. Every single one, and this is why I go into some of these things, just to clarify when people try to spin what they think happened. They don't know what happened, so they're going to tell you this is what I think happened. They're going to call the man selfish. He is the one making the divide in the Republican Party. Bull crap, okay? So let me tell you something. Every single person that serves the president, Mike Pompeo, all of them, you know what? They will tell you. When the president calls, you don't say no. He's asking you to serve your country. You don't say no. You don't say, Mr. President, no. So all I'm saying is he won't tell you what happened in that room. I'm going to take a shot at it. If the President of the United States looked at that congressman and said, Congressman Collins, I'm asking you to stay right where you're at. Right where you're at. And I want to take back the House, and I want you to help us take back the House, and then I want you to be the chair of Judiciary as I bring all these crooks through in front of you in handcuffs. That man would have said, yes, sir, Mr. President. That's my opinion. Yes, sir, Mr. President. So to this day, for those that think the president was talking off the cuff, to this day, you'll never convince me that Donald Trump did not tell him, go for it, baby. Go for it. You did the time. You worked hard. Go for it. You won't convince me any different. And please, every time, and let's go into this, all right? Let me stay with this just a minute because, and I'm going to talk about the 9th Congressional District race too, so stay with me. We're going to break both of these down this morning. Google Doug Collins, okay? The first thing that comes up, and that's why I asked, first thing, they bought top spot. Doug Collins, he needs to stop spending. Club for Growth. Or they're attacking him. He raised the debt ceiling. He did this, he did that. Folks, I don't like these omnibus spending bills. I don't like the debt. He is one member of 435. You may not like his vote, but you can't cast the debt of this country on the man's shoulders. Solely on his shoulders. They need to get the House. Listen, let me just clear this up. Paul Ryan pushed everything through. Let's be clear, this damn Club for Growth. Let's just be damn clear right now. You got it? Paul Ryan made sure Obama did not have to have a budget fight at the end of his administration, so they crammed enough money in and made it to where he didn't have to have a... Pay attention, damn it. Paul Ryan made it to where Speaker of the House, the last one that handed Nancy Pelosi the damn gavel, Club for Growth. You need to listen to this, Club for Growth. Paul Ryan made sure the debt ceiling was high enough, the money was getting printed, and the budget was fat enough so Obama and Hillary did not have to have that battle while running for president. Don't you forget it. Cleared everything out of the way. Got it? And then what did we do? We ended up handing damn Nancy Pelosi the gavel because Paul Ryan hated Donald Trump so bad. Don't forget, these are all the people that don't like this guy. Mitch McConnell, Amy McGrath, go look at it, damn it. This guy worked very hard with the entire Republican team. The whole team, the Intelligence Committee, the Judicial Committee, to hand over the battle for Pat Cipollone, Jay Sekulow, Pam Bondi, and the rest. They made sure when it came time they hit the hard questions. They made sure they said the things that would stick and handed it to Mitch McConnell. And now Mitch McConnell's got his knife in this guy's back. Mitch McConnell, don't forget. No wonder he likes Kelly Loeffler and their international exchange commodities. Because don't stop. Look at Peter Schweizer's book, damn it. Look at Elaine Cho. Is that her damn name? His wife? How much money they make from China on their cargo freight? Bullshit. Don't put up with that. Don't listen to that garbage and those lies. Flat out lies. I'll be damned. Mitch McConnell up there, Club for Growth. Mitch McConnell. Mitch, let me tell you the damn truth about this Mitch McConnell. Well, you don't know. I don't know what to think. Mitch McConnell did a very good job for the president handling the impeachment. Damn it. If you think that Mitch McConnell likes Donald Trump, you've lost your damn mind. Period. Amy McGrath, you do the homework. She has $9 million in the bank. She's ready to go in Kentucky, right? She's ready. Mitch McConnell is only senator from one question. His last opponent was asked, did you vote for President Obama? And they had to ask, she had to ask former Secretary of State, Kentucky Secretary of State, whatever her name was, well-known opponent. Mitch McConnell's ass, his bacon was saved by one question. This lady was asked, did you vote for Barack Hussein Obama? And she said yes. Boom, it was over in Kentucky for her. Because don't forget something, we're getting it clear here. You send this video to people, say, you want to get it clear? Let's get it clear now. Don't forget, on election night in 2016, I think it was a race to see who lit the screen up red first, West Virginia or Kentucky. So Mitch knows. Mitch goes home to private parties. I hate that damn Trump. I can't stand that damn guy. All right? But you know what? The power, baby. I'm the big cheese up there. So I've got to. And in Kentucky, they love that damn guy. And as long as they love this damn guy in Kentucky, I got to pretend like I did a good job for him and got him acquitted. That was it. That's it. It ain't because he likes President Trump. This guy likes the president. He's a friend. All right, wait a minute. Settle down. Serenity now. Okay, here's the facts, all right? So Mitch McConnell has an opponent in Kentucky, and if he would not have handled everything exactly the way he did, his ass is grass. That's what we used to call it. Bluegrass, Kentucky bluegrass. Yeah, there you go. I stayed up all night to write that one. His ass would have been Kentucky bluegrass, right? Because he has an opponent, Amy McGrath, a fighter pilot. Yes, pilot. Veteran. $9 million ready to take on. Now, who controls the NRC, NRSC? Who controls the NRSC? Mitch McConnell, the National Republican Senate Committee. They're putting the squeeze on this guy. They're calling all the people. You know, you got people out there that do this polling, do that polling. They run data research for Republicans, right? Vendors, they're called vendors. There's companies out there, data research, all kinds of stuff. And campaigns can buy. Like his campaign can go to a certain data research company and buy certain data here. The NRSC, National Republican Senate Committee, boxing him out. Calling these vendors. Hey, look, if you want our business, you don't take Collins' business. What the hell? Are you not amazed? Are you not absolutely amazed? In just such a short time, the media and Republican establishment, the rhinos in friggin' Georgia, in such a short amount of time, I've never seen a senator elevated to such heights like Kelly Loeffler. Why, hell, she's the most conservative. Hell, she's the biggest Trump supporter. Hell, she loves our family farms in Georgia. She even wants to go down there and sponsor her own damn cow while she's wearing a red and white waitress uniform. She's the most pro-life. She's everything. Should write a damn song. She's everything. I wish somebody had the time. Newt Gingrich. I wish somebody had the time to go and the money and could do the research and have the staff. I don't have it. I tell you what, you give me the staff, I'll find it. Because it seems like every time this guy rakes his pocket change off the dresser drawer, it could be falling into a foundation. It could be falling into a certain company to go to a certain company that might find the Republican Senate Committee. I don't know. It just seems like all of these groups, Georgia Life Alliance, they were in on the deal. All these groups. And she's amazing. They don't want to talk about this. And I tell you what, my ass is all worked up. My ass is all worked up over this because Kemp's running around like, wow, she's the greatest thing since Georgia football. I mean, you would think to Brian Kemp, there's Georgia football and Kelly Loeffler. Wow, she's amazing. Look, Mr. Governor, you and I both know why you think she's amazing. We know. You know it, I know it, and the American people know it. Send me who used to say that in the campaign. Who was a presidential candidate that went everywhere and said, you know it, I know it, and the American people know it? Well, let me tell you something, Governor Kemp. You know it, I know it, and the people of Georgia know that nothing. Why is this guy getting I don't care. I'm so tired. Stop yelling. I understand you tell me stop yelling. I'm not endorsing him. I just wonder how the hell did this guy come public enemy number one? He just wants to run for office. Right? Republicans are supposed to be staying out of it. The party. Kemp should not even be in it. He has fulfilled his constitutional obligation. Now this article, potential conflicts, look it up, interest post-test for Kelly Loeffler, new in Georgia. She grew up on a family farm, working in the field, showing cattle. She showed cattle at the county fair. Kelly Loeffler, Georgia's newly appointed U.S. Senator, says a campaign ad traces her girlhood. I waited tables through school. Sugar, you want more coffee? Spent Sundays in church. I even went to revival. Through all that, I learned hard work and results really matter. Big. Oh. So she is on the Senate Agricultural Committee. Why, that's awesome. They're all cheering. Oh, my God, she's on the Senate Agriculture. Do you know what that means to our family farms in South Georgia? Why, our farmers are just applauding. She is on the Senate Agriculture Committee. Loeffler became an overseer of the overseers of the company that made her rich, Intercontinental Exchange, ICE. She is going to sit on a committee that oversees her own company. Founded in 2000 by Jeffrey Speecher, now Loeffler's husband and still company's chief executive and largest individual shareholder of ICE, operates 12 exchanges and other subsidies that fall under the supervision of one or more federal financial regulatory agencies. Now Loeffler will help write laws that govern those regulators, help approve appointments to their boards, and vote on government policies that affect the companies her and her husband own. Would not respond, let me say, I would not respond, okay, to this article. Loeffler was asked for a response to this article, given a chance to comment. Nah, I'll pass, okay? Now, here's the one thing I was going to she's TV ads. Hold on. I see if I can get it here real quick. Risk factors. I mean, this is a big story. You should really read this story. They own a $10.5 million house in Buckhead, along with houses plural, in Florida and a condo in Chicago. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But let me just say this, okay? ICE, Intercontinental Exchange. Commodities, grains, soybeans, all this stuff, commodities. I just want to ask this question. The AJC wrote the article, I didn't. Look up during the campaign, the primary, when it was highlighted that Brian Kemp had personally guaranteed loans for a commodities company, a grain company, I think, out of Kentucky. And his opponent, Casey Cagle, highlighted that the president of the bank was upset, and Kemp was in a lawsuit over that. Remember? And all of the people in that business had lost all their money and everything like that. Now, I don't know. Nothing. There's an AJC article. But let me say this. The company in Kentucky, I think, if you read the article, they were bought out and everybody involved made whole. A commodities company. Now, who could have had any link to say, hey, little company in Kentucky, I think they're worth X million, don't you? Boom, hang up the phone. I don't know. Just saying. I think we need to look into it. Next thing you know, a lady that is involved with the New York Stock Exchange, her husband, largest commodities broker in the United States, is senator. And she's elevated to the greatest everything. Do you notice there's no flaws? She's the greatest everything. They're finding people all over. Oh, I met Kelly. Oh, I've known her for so long. Why did she? I want to know. Did she have you in her $10.5 million mansion for tea? How do you know her, damn it? That's what I want to know. That's just saying. You bump into her at Walmart shopping? Has she been down there looking for falling prices? Hell no. That's not how you know her. So anyhow, so you got that. Then you got the international, right? What are the international? Let me get it right here. How come none of the magic beans ever fall off in my direction? It seems like, let me say something. All right, let me see here. Where am I at? The international, ICE is the name of their company. That's the acronym, I guess. And it is Intercontinental Exchange. Now, I'm just saying, I don't know for sure, but it's my understanding is she's on the Agricultural Committee. Her company is Intercontinental Exchange. I understand she was jet-setting back and forth on one of Intercontinental Exchange's private jets. And they said, whoa, hold on there, Nancy. Well, they really said Kelly. Kelly, can we see you in our office? Yeah, what happened? Can't be flying that jet. That's something I think I heard. All right, can't be flying that jet. Why? Well, you're on the Agricultural Committee. It's licensed to the International Continental Exchange. A little bit of a conflict. So she called her husband. Why are you crying, darling? Why the tears? They just told me I have to fly Delta. Maybe not Delta, but I have to fly like everybody else, Jeffrey. Oh, no. We won't have that happen. Why, dear, I will buy you a plane and I will get an air marshal to ride with you. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. I did not want to go through the boarding process as a senator. So I don't know. There you go. She get a new plane? Just saying. Now I'm going to end with this because I got something else. I just got all worked up over this because I'm not endorsing this guy, but I just don't know how the hell he became public enemy number one. He become Trump supporter. Trump support. You better get your head out of your keister. I'm just telling you now. You need to reach around and jerk that damn head out of your ass. I wasn't supposed to say that. All right, forgiveness. But you need to. Because you need to see what happened in New Hampshire. Okay? Never an incumbent that many votes. 20% of the people in the audience the other night for Trump Democrats. You think he's going to lose Georgia? You lost your damn mind. Why, Trump's going to come in here and win Georgia 6 or 7 points. And he's going to have the coattails to pull everybody with him. So don't believe all this bull crap that Doug Collins entering the race has now thrown everything into jeopardy and everything into... they've moved. Georgia's now been moved from the red to likely. Oh my God. And it's not his damn fault. It's Governor Brian Kemp's fault for the swampy little move he pulled picking Kelly. Perfect. Now here's what I want to say. Okay. Now I'm just going to say this, get it over with, because I don't know. I know the damn lawsuit's coming soon because I just fire off and they're probably going to sue my ass for saying things just because they got the damn money. Here I am talking about the damn guy on the screen. Say, hey, do you realize you're running against the wealthiest senator in the United States? And hear me, I don't have the brain cells enough to realize I'm talking about the wealthiest senator in the United States. Well, hell, I don't give a damn. All right, what do I want to say? You notice, as soon as the magic beans, we'll call that money, maybe money, I don't know. But you notice the magic beans fall all over the place, and the next thing you know, all these people are giving glowing reports about Kelly. Oh, I met her. If I meet her, I might be taken back. Because I thought it was interesting. The other day, there was an interview with Governor Kemp on a radio station, and not even 24 hours later, the same person that did the interview with Brian Kemp wrote a monster attack on Facebook about Doug Collins. I don't know. Maybe the magic beans fell that way. They grow fast. I mean, I don't know. It's possible. What if Kelly walks in here and sits down, and then the next thing you know, tomorrow I'm like, Kelly. I don't know. The magic beans always miss me. I got to take a break. I don't know what the hell I've been saying. Take us a break. We'll wrap this show up in just a minute.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
You know, it would be wrong, but I would like to take Doug Collins' picture and say Georgia Republican Party public enemy number 1, and I'm being facetious. That's what jacks me to the high heaven. Is how can you say Congressman, Brian Kemp, well, Kelly Loeffler defends the president. All right, so anyhow, now sometimes you guys get rid of stuff so you don't have it laying around, and I did not tell you. Do you still have that video we played when we opened the show? Okay. Folks, let's remind you before we play it again, okay? I want to close with this. Let's remind you that Hillary Clinton had tea and cookies with Peter Strzok and other FBI agents. She knew what time they were coming, early afternoon, because she had a tennis lesson later. They let them in the front gate. They rang the doorbell. She welcomed them in, and they said, "Oh, we're not going to record this. You're not on the record. We just need to talk to you for a minute." That was Hillary Clinton, okay? Roger Stone, this is how it happened. Let's play the video. Reset it. That's okay. You can reset it. Don't worry. It was me. I didn't tell you ahead of time. Just give me a thumbs up when you have it reset if you can do that, okay? Until then, give me number 1. Let's close with remembering. You see the handcuffs? 6 a.m. in the morning? FBI? Remember CNN was set up? They were tipped off? Hey, put your cameras here. Remember that? Yeah. CNN, put your cameras here. Get ready. It's going down. We have black SUVs all over, even surrounding the house. We hear Stone May jump out of the second floor window, roll down to the old lagoon, swim to the ocean, fight 3 alligators. So we better surprise him at 5:45 in the morning or whatever. Are you able to get that back in? You got it? Go with it, Emily. So what are you and I waiting for, America? What are we waiting for? Are we waiting to see the FBI raid Peter Strzok's house at 5:30 in the morning? Are we waiting for a raid? The FBI? Maybe on James Comey? I will tell you this, Mr. President, and let me put this up, okay? I will wait for your second term. Okay? Now, if it happens sooner, I'm here, okay? But give me number 1. Let's do 1. Now, remember the uproar. They want writ of Attorney General William Barr. There's 1. Let's go to 2. Nice little another shot of them marching Roger Stone, the FBI. 3. There he is, handcuffs on, all right, in the morning. Now, Stone is elderly, okay? Give me number 6. All right, he's found guilty on 7 counts. Trump denies interference in Stone case. And number 7, MSNBC wants you to know that he was found guilty lying. Mr. President, let me tell you something, okay? I'm going to talk to you, and I don't know if other people are listening that feel the same way. America voted for you to drain the swamp. We feel good every time we find out somebody doesn't like you, that actually that's a good thing. You have exposed the swamp, okay? I can go through the channels and the steps with you, Mr. President. So you came in, you threw a bomb in the swamp, and they're running everywhere, and you've exposed, they're bumping into each other. As Congressman Collins said, the clown car went from New Hampshire to South Carolina, okay? And that being said, we're following what you're doing. And we know you have to get reelected, okay? Paul Ryan, Nancy Pelosi. Impeachment, in a way, has been good because we keep festering. I mean, I have to tell you the truth. Would we have known that we needed Vindman and the leftover trash that Obama left in the White House? So would we have known Yovanovitch? I think some things, strangely enough, the Democrats helped us bring to light. And it even caused the American people to say, what the hell are we impeaching him for when these people are the criminals? So we know we have to get you elected, okay? And I'm going to end on this note. I got about 8 minutes, but, I want to end on this part on this note. I just want to say they're all screaming for another investigation, sir. All of them, okay? And they're all wondering what you learned from this impeachment trial. Oh, yeah, they want to know, what did you learn? What did you learn? Okay. And give me number 15, Trump unleashed in the wake of acquittal. Now, they're not putting up Trump Unleashed by accident. Remember, I've told you, watch, the media uses Donald Trump if he goes unchecked. If he goes unchecked, remember? Right. So, that being said, if Donald Trump goes unchecked, give me number 18. Now, Stone is supposedly guilty of 7 counts. 5 counts lying to Congress. Is that Roger Stone or Adam Schiff? Is that Roger Stone or the Democrats? 1 count of witness tampering. Really? Was it the whistleblower Eric Charmella? Should he not have been a witness? Did Adam Schiff witness tamper by basically writing the whistleblower report? 1 count of obstruction of Congress. Now, wait a minute. The president was just brought up on charges of obstruction of Congress. 5 counts of lying to Congress, 1 count of witness tampering, 1 count of obstruction of Congress. I want to see him break into Adam Schiff's house at 5 a.m. with these same charges and march him out in handcuffs. Okay? So, Mr. President, number 20. If you learned, when this reporter said, what did you learn from impeachment? If you learn Democrats are crooked, Mr. President, it's time to lock them up. And the American people are asking for the FBI to knock on Adam Schiff's door at 5 a.m. and walk him to the car. All right, that's it for today. I've got 5 minutes. Let me see here. I've got something. Now, Bloomberg, he is... Where's old Bloomberg at? Let's see. I got him here somewhere. I had him here just a minute ago. Hang tight. Where is Bloomberg? Don't I have a Bloomberg picture? Hold on now, folks. Hang tight. I know I got a Bloomberg somewhere. There he is, number 17. This guy is catching heat for stop and frisk, and he say put all the cops in the black neighborhood because that's all the people committing crime. So what do? You buy a couple black leaders. Al Sharpton's a little richer today. Lucy McBath is endorsing now Michael Bloomberg. She's running against Karen Handel in the Georgia 6th, Lucy McBath. The mayor of Houston. All you do if you're Mike Bloomberg, you buy a couple black leaders. Do you hear what you're saying? Yeah. Do you understand you're saying purchase black leaders? Yeah. Are you not catching on, man? You just can't go that way. You know what? The hell with you, because here's the bottom line. Al Sharpton's been for sale his whole damn life. You can call it whatever you want. He's a domestic terrorist. Al Sharpton, okay? The shrink-a-dink out of New York. There's Fat Al, Skinny Al, and there's Rich Al because his pockets are getting lined, right? There's black leaders all over the United States that they will take your check and say thank you for contributing to the church. I'm your host, BKP. I am out of here. By the way, you can't have more fun. Put up how they can contact us. You can contact us that way 24/7. You could also go to our social media, follow our social media, and share these videos with your friends. Oh, tomorrow's Friday, right? So that means we're going to be at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. We're going to have Ask the Doc with Dr. William Whaley. We're going to have the All-Star Political Panel. The Cub fan will be there. Then we'll have North Georgia Senior Living, Jesse Barton. Then we will have the Pet of the Week from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. I am out. See you mañana.